DJ Felicia here on Rise and Shine across the nation on Vision. And it's Marriage Week. We're looking for long-lasting marriages, people who've been married the longest.
Yeah.
And I tell you, I knew this would happen.
Yes.
Asking for the longest marriages to give us a call. People have been married a long time. They're like, yeah, we don't need to keep you. We don't need to call these young
I'm not
whippersnappers.
boasting about this.
I don't need to boast about it. So right now, if you call and you've been married for like 2 years, you could win.
You could win the prize.
You could win the prize. You could win the prize. 1-800-316-316.
But we have got some lovely messages over on Facebook. And
Yeah.
Kathy's been telling the story about her mum and dad who were married for 73 years and still held hands and kissed every day. And then under it, Heather's replied back with a story that almost made me cry. Her auntie and uncle were 74 years married when she passed away. She was in a nursing home and hospital. He visited her every day. Often her asleep in the bed, he on his walker. They were holding hands, and he still visits the cemetery every day to see.
Wow, that's
beautiful.
beautiful.
That's beautiful, isn't it? Such a lovely picture of marriage and that idea that it is for life.
I love the fact. I mean, one of the best examples of what marriage is all about. And the Bible is full of examples of marriage and instruction around marriage. But when Jesus was here, Jesus said in the book of Matthew, in talking to the Pharisees there, you get the great reply from Jesus where he goes, haven't you read the scriptures? Haven't you read the Bible?
Yeah.
It records from the very beginning God made them male and female. And this explains why a man leaves his father and mother and is joined to his wife, and the two are united into one. Since they are no longer two but one, let no one split apart what God has joined together.
Beautiful.
And I love that example there. It gets me thinking every now and then I go down this rabbit trail in my mind when it comes to marriage because, I feel so blessed to be married to my wife, Benita. And I grew up, and different traditions have different beliefs, right? And I end up thinking, and bear with me here as I go down this rabbit trail. I'd love to hear your response. I often think, does marriage end in heaven?
Oh,
in the eternal state, because growing up in a Protestant tradition, basically we pull out the verses where Jesus says, "Don't you know that there's no marriage in heaven?"
Yeah, that's right.
So we immediately go, well, then we're not married in heaven, and I get sad about that.
Well, but there are families in heaven.
Yes,
and so I believe that that's something that does endure, and so that's part of your family, part of your world. So, but look, the Bible doesn't tell us for sure.
I know it's going to be good. I know it's going to be
awesome, and there won't be any sadness.
Every time I search around this is what ends up happening. I end up going down, like the people who are ready to shout out and go, yes, there's marriage in heaven, is always the Mormons, the Latter-day Saints.
Right.
So I end up on one of their websites and I'm like, hang on, what am I doing?
Well, I think we just agree that it's going to be awesome in heaven no matter what happens.
Exactly.
And that you'll be with your loved ones. And look, I've got another verse for you, which is my favourite. Shout out for Murray, just a reminder to him. Yeah. Proverbs 18:22, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favour from the Lord. So that's a shout out to my husband this morning.
I love it. Hey, we'd love to hear your call. I can see a few people calling in now. So let's take a quick song right now. Colton Dixon, My Light. And we're going to be talking to some long marriages, hopefully, after this on Rise and Shine. Don't go anywhere. In fact, give us a call, 1-800-316-316. You're on Vision.